Come join Jazmin and Stefanie as they have fun with science.
What are you doing?
Working on Miss Wright's project.
Oh my god, me too. I honestly do not think I'm gonna get this done in time.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaking out.
What if we get zeros and then we fail? And we gotta go to summer school?
Summer school. See ya in summer school.
I can't.
Just can't even.
Oh my gosh. So,
Oh, you know, we actually got a letter in the mail today.
we did?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Dear Jazmin and Stefanie, I was wondering, how do snow globes work? Do different liquids affect the way snow globes work? How does the density of the liquids have an effect on the snowfall in the snow globe? Sincerely, Dave.
Oh, no. Well, you know, maybe we could actually make like a whole demonstration and show him.
But I have a project.
It's okay.
Demonstration will be needing a hot glue gun, or if you don't have one, you can also use super glue. You can buy at any store, Walmart. We have cooking oil, a styrofoam cup, then we have 3 jars so we can make our snow globes, a measuring cup to measure how much we need, glitter for the snowfall, we have corn syrup and distilled water, and just a few decorations for the snow globe.
Okay, so in this demonstration, we're going to have 3 different snow globes. One is just going to be purely distilled water and the snowflakes. The second is going to contain distilled water and corn syrup because this has a higher density, so we're going to see what happens with that. And in the third, we're going to do canola oil and distilled water because this also has a higher density, but we want to see which one has the highest density. So that's what we're going to do.
We'll start off with one of the demonstrations using just distilled water, nothing else. So for the lid, what we did, we wanted it to be more elevated and so the decorations would be more visible. We cut the bottom of styrofoam cup and we hot glued it to the lid, and then we just hot glued the little airplanes onto the bottom of the styrofoam cup. Now, to start off, we're going to put glitter or snow at the bottom of the jar. Okay, so about that much. And we measured about a cup of water. We're going to pour that in. Now when you close the lid, make sure that it's tightly closed. So you don't want any spills.
It says tell the messages to the player's router and it lags them out because it can't hold that much.
Okay, so now we'll see how fast they come down.
They said they're booters.
And there you have your DIY
Snow globe. We will be using a more dense liquid. We're going to use corn syrup. And for the measurements, we're going to use a half a cup of distilled water and half a cup of corn syrup. So first we're going to pour in the water. And then just measure our corn syrup, half a cup. Okay. Oh. It stinks. Put it in. Okay, so as you see, it's really thick. It won't fall off. And it's making like the water kind of thicker.
which means that it's more denser than the one that we had before, which is just purely water.
So now, this lid is kind of hard to put on. Okay. So now, look at this. You see most of the snowflakes or glitter is like staying up here. It's not really going down. And you can see like tiny bubbles because it's so thick. Like bubbles forming. It's like turning a different color. Snow globe, we're gonna use canola oil or cooking oil. And I have half a cup of water. I'm gonna pour it in. Then we're going to use half a cup of oil. And the oil has bubbles, but I think the corn syrup is thicker because this one is kind of more watery. Put this in here. See if it falls better than the corn syrup. Okay, put the lid. Or not. Obviously dense. The molecules are more packed together in this. They're like sticking together. They're not even going anywhere. Let's try this. Okay. See, they're like all in a cloud together. They're not even sticking right.
Now, to go more into depth and understand better, we're gonna show a visual representation of the different densities between these three liquids, and we're gonna put it in a cup so that we can see which is more denser than the rest. So first we're gonna start with corn syrup, and that will be at the very bottom. We're gonna start with corn syrup, and that's gonna be at the very bottom. And next we're gonna do the water. Oops. And lastly, we're going to do the oil. So see, as you can see here, they're actually divided between each other, and it looks like there's a line. So here is where the corn syrup is, here's where the water is, and here's where the oil is.
Now, this happens because the water is more dense than the oil, so the oil is going to float on top. But then the corn syrup is denser than the water and the oil, so it's floating on top of this one. So here we have the cooking oil and water. And since the water is denser than the cooking oil, all the oil's here at the top, and it kind of looks really ugly. Like all the glitter is like in a big blob because of the oil. It doesn't combine with the water. See, it's like all nasty. And here we just have the water and the glitter, so it looks like an actual snow globe. It's actually pretty. And then here we have the corn syrup. Now the corn syrup is all at the bottom, so it's way denser than the water, and all the glitters up here with the water floating on top of the corn syrup. This one doesn't look that bad either.
So now that we've gone more into depth about the different densities of each liquid, we're actually going to turn them around so that we can see how the different densities of each liquid had an effect on the way that the snow fell. So me and Stephanie are going to flip each over and see actually how slow they fall.
We solved Dave's question by showing you 3 different types of liquids. The density in each one changed the rate that the glitter fell or the snow. So I hope you try this at home. It's really fun, and like the water one, it came out really pretty, so I would do this one and keep it. I think I'm even gonna decorate
This was fun with science!